Well, this day's ending. You're another day older, another day deeper in debt. The moon's already out. Custom by Crunch. I think this 60, 63, 64. Mustang. Back when cars were metal instead of plastic and fiberglass.
That are extremely vulnerable on the airpad or taking off.
While the Department of Agriculture says will help the U.S. do a better job of providing healthy food for low-income families. The Biden administration has approved a significant increase in the level of food aid available to needy families. Starting in October, those enrolled in the Supplement Nutrition Assistance Program will see a permanent 25% increase in benefits from pre-pandemic levels, the largest single boost in the program's history. Activists say the previous levels of SNAP assistance simply weren't enough, forcing many households to choose cheaper, less nutritious options. The rates were increased by 15% at the beginning of the pandemic, as more people were forced onto the program by job losses and increased expenditures, but that was set to end in September and would have cut aid to all 42 million SNAP beneficiaries. But with the permanent extension, the average monthly per person benefits for qualified recipients will rise from $121 to $157, which is projected to cost an additional $20 billion per year. The increase is part of a multi-pronged Biden administration effort to strengthen the country's social safety net.
Permanent increase in the levels of food aid available to 42 million needy Americans. Starting in October, average benefits for food stamps will rise more than 25% above pre-pandemic levels. That's the largest single increase in the program's history. The increase coincides with the end of a 15% boost in food benefits that was ordered as a pandemic protection measure. That benefit expires at the end of September. Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack said that with the change, which is projected to cost an additional $20 billion per year, the U.S. will do a better job of providing healthy food for low-income families. In practical terms, the average monthly per-person benefits for qualified recipients will rise from $121 to
pandemic. Roughly a quarter of all voters used a mailed ballot during 2016 and 2018, but that jumped to more than 43% in 2020. It was the first time in the history of the survey that the majority of voters did not cast their ballots in person on Election Day. Although the numbers of mailed ballots sent to voters doubled from 2016 to 2020, the rejection rate stayed relatively steady. Several states also extended deadlines for ballots to arrive by mail as long as they were postmarked by Election Day. Previous elections have largely relied on older poll workers to staff voting locations, but the pandemic and health concerns prompted many of them to stay away and give up those jobs to younger people.
Afghans desperate to get out of the country as commercial flights were canceled. Everyone I know is either in hiding or just trying to stay at home. Moshia Sharifi says her friends, family, and all those who fought for Western ideals for the last 2 decades are now terrified of what's to come. Sharifi is a U.S. immigration attorney who was born in Afghanistan. She spent several years working in the country, focusing on issues like immigration and gender justice alongside other activists. Last time she was there, she saw hope that things would change. Worried about his family and says they're waiting for the worst.
We had a common enemy, and still that enemy is at large. That enemy is taking over of the country, and those radical forces are now threatening the lives of millions of Afghans.
There are tens of thousands of special immigrant visa applicants who are now stuck. The International Rescue Committee in Atlanta, the same group which helped Mayor get resettled.
It's gonna feel so weird going to the fall festival and then going to the summer festival a week later. What? Minor total weirdness. Summer and the fall. I'll go for it. As long as we have it. 10th and the 11th, Canada Park. 25th and 26th, Summerfest, Virginia Highlands.